Hello, I'm Arlie and this is Arlie Tarot. And today I have a love reading. After my last pick a card, I there was a love reading there, kind of like in the piles. The energy was mixed, right? So I was like, okay, I'll do a love reading because it's February. It's meant to happen anyways. And then on February 2nd, so 0202, the 0202 portal, or 22 portal if you want to see it that way, I picked these cards out. Now there's a little bit of an interesting kind of explanation to how this came about, so bear with me so that I can explain it. Now if you're one of those people that just go straight to a pile, you're welcome to do that as well, but I want to give you a little bit of background because there is a lot of background. And I believe that if you're here, you're going to like all the information that comes forward, because it does feel for a lot of kind of like this collective as a whole, it feels like you are ready for certain confirmations, certain what is it, truths to be kind of just spoken by someone else, or just said out loud, and you're like, yeah, that makes so much sense, something like that. Like there's moments like that are happening. Okay, so in this deck, which is the cards, the red cards that you're seeing there, there is a yin, a yang, a another card that's in between those, and then there is spirit. I believe it is, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to look at it. Oh yeah, higher power. So I was shuffling this deck because I knew I wanted to use it because it is for love readings. It's what it likes to talk about, and the yin and the yang kept falling out, and they kept falling out, and they kept falling out. I wasn't ready to take them because I kind of like didn't wanted it to be that obvious. And also, I don't like when I'm picking cards for me to see them. However, I was meant to take them. So since I knew that it was yin yang, I was like, okay, higher power can be added to that because I like that. So it's going to be masculine, feminine energies, and it's not about gender, but kind of like in that setting of togetherness, you know, because we all carry these energies within us as well. It's not just external, but obviously what's internal is always external as well. Anyways, all right, so I was like, all right, so yin yang and higher power, masculine, feminine, and let's bring spirit into it, kind of like for the conversation to be coming from that source, if that makes sense. So one pile is going to be and I'm not going to tell you who is who because I don't even know. I know that I picked those cards out, but I don't know where they are per se, right? And then I picked the rest of the oracle cards just without looking at them like I usually do. So yeah, oddly enough, so card number 1 is yang, which is the masculine energy, and then card number 2 is yin, which is the feminine energy. And then I was like, okay, but the higher power card is number 4. So we skipped one, right? 1, 2, 4. We skipped number 3. And I was meant to show you what number 3 was because I literally, sorry, I'm in the wrong page. I was like, I don't remember where number 3 is. And then when I looked at it, are you kidding me? Between worlds? Exactly. This is what this energy as a whole, again, feels like. I highly recommend you watch all of the piles because one of them is going to be you, the other is going to be your person, and then the last one, or wherever it is going to be spirit, which is so perfect. It's so freaking perfect. But you don't have to. And I also want to see if you land in your pile or your person's pile or higher, you know, the higher power. But yeah, this is the card in between 1 and 2, yin and yang, which is the energy that I wanted to use, and higher power, between worlds and transitions, not being quite out of one situation, but fully engaged in another. So you're going somewhere. This is going somewhere. Temporary blindness, interesting, and no man's land. And then in the relationship part, I'm going to read it for you as well. I'll bring it forth in case you guys want to read it along with me. But I feel called to read it, so I'm going to read it because it is part of all of this. This is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. Yes, you don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. Like I said, within, without, outside of you, within, it's so synchronistic. All right, so this relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a crucial phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. Definitely doubling down on that. This is not something to be dismissed at all. Like, there's a lot of like imposter syndrome or not believing that this can happen, because these feel like very powerful connections, and I get it. There's like a little bit of a fight or a little bit of a struggle with believing, or maybe hoping kind of took a back seat. And that could be because of the timing, because I feel like for some of you this could be like a long time developing, but you're gonna have to see it kind of in a way where it's been a long time because you've been developing for a while as well, and obviously so has your person. Whew. Alrighty, let me show you the pot. Wait, before I do that, I'm going to be using a very interesting deck to be it's tarot, but I'm going to be using this deck, and it's small and it's really freaking cool. I'll show you. So this is the regular lovers card. We all know her. Cute, love it. And this is the card in this deck. So you see how there's more to the picture, which again, oh my God. And literally, you know why this reading was waiting for me to eventually film it? I discovered this deck like 2 days ago. Yeah, a day after I did the piles and just let them rest. And then I ordered it and then got it yesterday. And I interviewed it, I played with it, I did my thing, and I'm ready to use it. And look at her. It's a beautiful deck. It is perfect for this. It's so perfect. Because again, there's something about broadening things, like coming out a little bit, like seeing the full picture. Does that make sense? This is what the energy feels like. You will see that there is music attached to your piles as well. Those were songs that I was just channeled to write down and give you guys. They do seem to be coming from the person that, okay, let me explain. Whoever the pile is for, the songs will be for you, for example. Or it's coming from, that side. If that makes sense. I'm sure it'll make sense. I keep saying that. Again, there's that there's that energy. Anyways. All right, you have 3 piles to choose from because I have already been speaking for a long time. Let's get into it. The first one is a little Dalmatian Jasper heart, because appropriate, right? Second one is Desert Rose. And oddly enough, another rose quartz for third pile. Yeah, go ahead and pick your pile and I'll see you in your readings. I'm very excited for this. I think I say it all the time, but I love love and I love reading for love. So let's do this. Okay. I'm definitely gonna, okay. All right, let's see how I'm gonna do this. Sorry, I'm like back and forth. All right, see you in pile 1. BRB. Hi, Paul One. If you guys picked the Dalmatian Jasper little heart, I don't know if you can tell it's a heart, but it is a heart. She's a cutie patootie and so little. All right, this is going to be your reading. So this is a reading that if you want information about your love connection, you should watch the intro. I'm so sorry it's so long. It's really long. I'm sorry. But if you're here, I believe you would also gain perspective from it, and you would like the message that came through, everything that came through in the introduction. And also it'll kind of explain everything, but you know, I'll still have to explain anyways. But we are looking into love, and if you missed the intro, there is going to be a power that has yin yang, and then the other one will be higher power. I'm very curious to see what's here. I don't remember where I put those cards, because the only cards that I looked at were these. But I don't, oh, okay. All right, we're starting. All right, Yang. This is the masculine energy. This is the card, this is one of the cards that kept coming out when I was shuffling this deck to get a reading out of it. A love reading. Very interesting. I love it. All right. So this is the divine masculine energy, and take that as it resonates, and it is not about gender. So the music that's under pile one is interesting then. Oh, okay. Now I'm like, so the music was meant for this. Okay, the music in your pile is meant from, so for example, this is, I'm gonna read obviously for the divine masculine, how they're feeling, what they're dealing with, but the music under this is coming from the feminine perspective towards the masculine. That makes sense. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm going blind into this because I don't look at the cards, so I'm kind of like trying to figure out, okay, the songs kind of make sense, but again, this is just me making sense of something. It should be what makes sense to you. However, I'm trying to work it out. So I'm like, okay, so the music is coming, for example, if this, I consider myself a divine feminine, it will be me sending that song to them. Does that make sense? All right. So I believe pile one has a lot of feminine energy, being the reader, not the reader. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, maybe you guys are readers. Being the the cross watcher here, because this is really for the divine masculine energy to kind of tap into them and see what's going on. But I guess obviously the cross watchers for that would be the feminine energy. And then I also pulled 3 cards from the LIGHTSEERS deck. I did pull out all the major arcana, and I pulled out all the court cards, so the king and queens of every suit, and I only shuffled that, and that's where I picked from. So I'm interested to see what comes out there. And then these are going to be oracles for the end, as always. All right, let's begin. Let's do this. The Star, Aquarius energy. Okay. Oh, I'm seeing it. Okay. The Fool and the Empress. All right. I like that the feminine energy is in the masculine reading as well, because like I said, it's literally, we all carry everything, a little bit of everything, right? Okay. I think the divine masculine definitely feels like, the fact that it's 3 major arcanas as well, they feel like, all right, so I quite literally, I wished upon a star, but now there's a calling to softening to the journey. And it makes sense, because that they might be working on their softening, the softer side of themselves, or viewing things in their life with a softer lens kind of thing, while still being very brave, very brave. The quote, no one told you bravery came with fear, or something like that, keeps coming to mind. I don't know the exact words, but that makes sense. The fool is, well, the fool is in love. That makes sense here, but it's so in the nose, I have to say it. The fool is brave and scared at the same time. They really don't look scared here, though. They look like they're ready to fall, and they're ready to begin. I like the fact that we're falling into water, and then there's water crossing over to in the Empress card, because it's like part of that fall. And you know, the fact that we have all the flower of life here with those very specific dots, and then they're over here too. Okay. Where's our heart? I love this serenity. That is interesting. As I pull the King of Swords. Where's the heart? Okay. Look at that eagle on there. I love these cards so much. There's so much to see. There's so much to interpret. This is very interesting. The fact that there is like death or like decay, and these, they look like they were shackled there. This is very interesting. There's something, and then the kingdom is like so far. This person is a little bit removed from their day-to-day thing. The words being hard for me make sense now. They're removed from clarity for some reason, even though they're showing up as a King of Swords. The Two of Cups. Okay. 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 You see, there's distance between the town and them. What's happening in the town is this: falling in love, offering the cup to who they want to offer it to, things working out. They're a little bit removed from that, and they're doing that on purpose. Maybe this kind of says that something about like them not, bottom of the deck by the way, Page of Cups, them not ready to speak. Maybe, are we not ready to speak? Is that what it is? But I feel like the divine is also saying, well, you kind of already spoke. And I feel like the healing that they needed to do as well has been done, because that's why they're at the 0 point again. They're in the beginning again. They're in the, you're ready. You just got to jump in. But for some reason, they're not. And they're not even looking for the clarity, because if not, like the eagle would be like soaring right on the sky and getting a bird's eye view. But it's not as perched. It's perched on top of them. Makes me think of the eagle in the Wheel of Fortune now. Interesting. There is, okay, so that's I get why the Wheel of Fortune was coming to mind. Look at that. It just keeps coming. Like the cards about love and just how much power and like actual powerful connection is here. But the reason why the eagle led me to the Wheel of Fortune is because there is an evolution then. Because a 10 is a 1, but yeah, it's this person feels, this energy is really hard to read. It is not hard to read because I can't feel it or understand it. It's just hard to put into words. Yeah, it's very hard to do my job right now, tapping into this energy. And I'm not I'm not blaming this energy at all, this collective. It's not that. It's okay to also be confused. Just like, okay, it's okay to be ready, but not at the point where you can jump in again. That's what I'm hearing as well. As long as you know, it's like you do know it though. This person does know this. I'm sorry I'm going back and forth between, oh, this person or you, like, because sometimes the energy comes through as someone watching, this is for them, this is their energy, so I say you, and then sometimes the energy comes through as I'm experiencing from the other point of view of someone watching because this is their person. Does that make sense? It keeps fluctuating because it depends on who I'm picking up on, but or what's aspect of it, or you know, what helps me kind of understand it. See, all of that explanation, I feel like, I don't want to say it's a given, but that kind of, it is a given. If I'm like me as someone watching a reading, I understand why the reader will fluctuate from one thing to another. But maybe some of you don't, and that's okay. It's okay that I explained it as well. See, there I am again. There's fear. There's not just a little. There is fear. There is fear about heading towards communicating here, because the communication feels like fully jumping in, fully committing. 22 on my timer, by the way. 22 is significant for you guys as well. But yeah, there is fear. There is fear around communication here. It feels like this person's just gonna like have a lot to say. Everything just comes in at once. Some things they want to like over explain or something, to the point of like they feel like they're war vomiting around you. I don't know what other words word to use for that, because that's what it feels like. And I use the word vomit as well because all of a sudden it's like, the more I tap into this energy, like even my stomach is like upset all of a sudden, like, oh, I'm scared to speak up, or it's not scared in a bad way, or it's not fear of you if you're the recipient of this communication. It's not that. And it's not even fear of what you would say or do or not do. The fear is in the speaking itself. And that is something that this person needs to work through on their own, which again, that's why they're removed. They have removed themselves to gain perspective. And gaining perspective has lasted a while. It has lasted a whole cycle of life. Almost, it feels like. Or yeah, there's been a couple of death and rebirth of egos here for this person, for them to get to the point of being like, oh, I just need to speak. I just need to say it. Oh, the acceptance. Look at that. Now it was upside down. I'm not taking reversals. This deck is just really hard to shuffle, so I'm shuffling in every which way that I can. But look who's at the bottom of the deck. The Empress. I love it so much. Okay. It's such a cute deck. I highly recommend, if you're like into tarot, or you're just used to seeing like the small depiction of the actual card. And whoever came up with this, let me just show it again in case some of you are interested. So creative. It's beautifully done. There's two little cats on here. Are you kidding? There's a black cat and a white cat literally cuddling up here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Stop it. That is so cute. Mind you, that was at the bottom of the deck. It was the bottom of the deck energy not too long ago when I was speaking and talking, and I think I showed it. Anyways, see, it's like, what are you scared of? And this is 401s. Commitment. Okay, that makes sense. Again, there's that town again that's in the background over here. It's like it all goes back to that, like deep, like in the center, in the core of that town, because they are outside of it, but they are in it, is this offer of love that is mutual and they know it. And then a little bit removed from that, it's even more like of a solid thing. It's a commitment. It's a solid foundation, because these two people see eye to eye and they're soulmates. They're meant to be together. And then there's this person completely far removed from it because they don't feel ready to speak up about it. That's literally it. I'm not gonna over explain that. That's literally the energy. But I'm also here to say it is okay to be at that. It is okay. It's part of the process. It's also part of the healing process that they're going through. The fool's journey, if you will. I just need you to know that you definitely are a big presence in their life. In some way, you have to be like something that they literally can like connect to, or they feel like they're connected to, in the sense of, oh, you know them, they know you. Maybe not like physically, but there's something about knowing you and also being able to like pinpoint certain things that are mirrored in your life. Or this also feels for some of you like someone who is an observer, but they're connecting the dots and they're like, oh, okay. More Aquarius energy, by the way. Literally full on Aquarius, Gemini as well. Taurus, obviously. And then, well, the water signs are here, but I don't have any court cards yet. Oh, look at us. All right. You know what? The eagle is not in this card. It's in the world card. Sneaky, sneaky. My mind played tricks on me. I was literally imagining it in my head and I was like, yeah, there's an eagle in that. There is not. Okay. So they're far more ahead than we thought. They're not at the 10. They're at the world. They're at the end of the journey. Oh, look. With the 10 of wands on there. Okay, now I'm going to go find the world card. Bear with me. Found one. If this is you watching your reading, like your own energy, hello, welcome. And also, you're farther ahead than you think. And I'm going to need you to act accordingly. And I'm not pushing you to action, but I'm saying like respect the fact that you are who you are. Like you're very powerful, very capable. Look at you. Oh my God. Heck yeah. So we have the Fool and they have the World now. It's more like this. I thought you were over here. No, you're here. You're evolved. This has evolved. And by the way, the evolved version of this sign is actually, this is Scorpio. Very interesting. So Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio. What am I missing? Leo? Yeah. Oh, wow. You know what? This evolution, this realization, fully coming full circle moment is right there. It's when I tell you it's perched by you. It's ready for, honestly, for you to get up and go where you need to go. And again, I'm not driving anybody to action, but if I'm here to advise you and you're here for advice, this advice is about speaking up. Yeah, it's time. You've been in the developing stages, developing healing stages for a while now, and you are ready. The divine is saying you're ready. You're ready to head towards this. This person is, and they're at the center of a lot that's in your world. And if that doesn't make sense to you and you don't have someone like that, or this is something like, yeah, if you don't have someone like that, I don't think this is your reading. I very much feel like this reading is for people who know that they've met their soulmate, their twin, whatever, you know, divine counterpart, whatever label you've applied to it, or no label. You don't have to get a label, but this is someone that knows who this is to them. And you know who it feels like doesn't know? Them. It feels like this masculine's empress is the one that doesn't know, honestly. They know of the energy, or they know of them, but they don't know the magnitude maybe of the feelings behind it, or the sentiment, the synchronistically aligned complete path that has led this person towards you. And mind you, it has not happened just once. It's happened a couple of times. Like I said, there's been a lot of rebirth. So there's been the Fool to the World card many times in this person's life, or, you know, in your life. Okay, you might be older than this person, or your person might be older than you. You get what I'm saying here? I'm switching back and forth between you, them. Okay. Well, at least we know that this is just something that needs to happen. Maybe there's a little karma that's not blocking. That was not the word that I wanted to say. It's more like there's karma that is being resolved here, because with that wheel. And then we know that the end result of all of this, it's a 10 of Cups moment supported by the world. So heavily aligned, very much divinely guided connection. Oh my God. And the bottom of the deck, I can't make that up. I cannot make. Do you see the big energy returning to the town? Do we see that? When I tell you, and then the card that I did pull, and this was funny to make me chuckle because of the snake that's on there, and the fact that it's the Knight of Wands. Okay, this masculine might have presented themselves as a player, or, you know, quite literally they have been, and that is also something that they have outgrown. They've out-wisdomed that. Okay. Part of this complete growth, though, from that energy, or being presenting themselves in that way, or quite literally just being that way. I'm hearing in my head right now, womanizer. Anyways, it's okay. We all grow. We all have our moments and our time in life where we're exploring, we're dating, we're doing things. It's okay. Now part of this growth is also communicating in a very grown way. There we go. Yeah, that's the best that I can put it. Or not just grown, but like evolved, emotionally mature, because this doesn't feel too mature to me. And this is also, it tends to be the card about energies coming in and out, like people coming in and out of your life a couple of times, and nothing ever happens of it. But it's not because it's like, for example, if they're the ones dealing with you, you're the one dealing with them, it's like they've returned into your life a couple of times, but when things haven't worked out, it's mainly because of them. It has never, well, you too, you're involved in there, but it's mainly them leading the connection, and they led it to a place where it wasn't you didn't settle for it. So now it's time for them to, yeah, you definitely didn't settle for it, because this is who you are. You know who you are. The pressure that this person feels as well, I'm gonna leave it right here, because it's like they wish for this. They wish for this connection. They wish for you, their person. It was presented to them, and it feels like they fumbled the bag a couple of times here. And they did so because they just weren't ready. They weren't ready. They were dealing with stuff that they needed to deal with, and they've been dealing with it, and they've dealt with it, and now there's just a little bit of hesitation when it comes to communicating about the growth that they've experienced, have, and also what they're ready to offer you. They feel like maybe it's not enough, but at the same time, I feel like if they're in this energy, they're reaching this energy because of the healing that they've done and the path that they've taken. It has to become, that's why they're the ones who have to go and do this. The divine could be purged by you, could be literally signaling you, do this, but if you're not ready, you won't do it, right? And they'll be ready when they realize that knowing that they deserve this goodness in their life is because they're a good person now, or they are a good person. There's something about that, okay? Take that as it resonates, okay? Let's get into your advice here. Detach. Interesting. This is the Justice card. This is the Heart Tarot, because I thought it was like, you know, I need the Heart Tarot. 11 I like, though. 111 could be significant for you guys as well. I love 11. It's a master teacher number. Like I said, this person has been learning their lessons. They really have. It looks like they were holding on to this dove, and then they just let it go. The detachment makes sense too, and it feels like they're crossing a threshold. Oh, that word, I could say that word. It feels like this. Do you see that? How it's like, it feels like they're going from a wintry, maybe cold, dark night of the soul moment, evolution moment, towards where they're meant to be. This feels like in transition, which is also why there's probably like that energy of, I need to gain perspective. I need to detach so they need to detach a little bit to then seek perspective, to gain it, to be able to like come and communicate. Okay. I don't mean to laugh. I'm just like, okay, that makes sense now. It's like, I got it. Yay. Eureka. Let's keep going and see. Spirit Guardian of Autumn, letting go. Oh my God. We have detached with 11, a master teacher number. Now we have letting go and a spirit guardian. Hello? Okay. They feel very connected to the earth, and I like that. I like that. It kind of maybe that's part of what they're doing. You know what literally brings the words forward? Grounding. I think they're doing that as well. So there's detachment, letting go, and at the same time, like planting something new. And what they're planting is the energy that they want to bring forth. Ooh. Storm Spirit. Chaos. The lightning rod. I like that, actually. I really like that. So it feels like this. It feels like that truth. Oof, okay. They feel like the truth that they need to speak, what they need to say to you, and what they need to communicate could be chaotic, could be disruptive. But I'm hearing it wouldn't be a love story this beautiful otherwise. Like, there has to be drama and chaos and death and rebirth, and not literal death. Maybe there is, but yeah, there has to be like conflict and resolution also, and feeling like the words don't come to you because you want the right words for your person. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is just passion. I think once they see how in the chaos there's also beauty, that makes sense. Because now I'm seeing this looks the same to me. It's like, again, the divine is saying you wished for this, you wanted this growth. Part of what comes with this growth that they have accomplished is their soulmate, is their counterpart. Don't be scared of it, is what they're saying. Don't be scared of it. Oh my God, you're freaking kidding me right now. The blue flame, you don't say. Spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Exactly. Do you see one and then the other shadow behind it there? I hope it's coming through because this is a beautiful card and is one of my favorites. And it also looks like this coming through the threshold there. It's almost like this is happening quickly, swiftly, or has happened, and they feel like it's happened faster than they can perceive, or which is why they feel like, oh, I need to gain perspective. And then there's like, no, I feel urgency to speak, but no, that would be chaotic. This is their mind. There's a lot, but I trust that the divine is definitely helping here, and I hope that this kind of helped as well. Divine masculine, stay for the reading or look for the reading that pertains to the divine feminine, so that you could see how they feel and how the energy is being received, because that would help you. And divine feminine, I hope that this brought you perspective and brought you a little bit of clarity or closure, confirmation, because maybe you've been feeling it as well, but you don't know what's going on because of what they're going through. They're, like I said, they're detaching, separating, but to understand. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it here. I'm happy with this. Pile 1, thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. I am going to move on to pile 2. And I hope to see you in other readings. And I hope to see you in another reading in this video, because I think we will see each other again. All right. Bye, pile 1. Thank you. Hi, pile 2. If you guys picked the Desert Rose, this is going to be your reading. Just gonna put her over there. If you missed the intro, pile 2, I usually say it's okay, but I highly recommend you go watch, especially if you're here for a lot of clarity and confirmation. But if not, it's okay. We are reading for whatever this energy is. So we're reading from the perspective of this energy, kind of like seeing what's going on. I don't know what the energy is yet, so give me a second. And then you could be cross-watching. Pile 1 was definitely the divine masculine energy. So we went over what a lot of it, what they were feeling, and then how they felt towards the feminine, and we give advice. That's kind of what you should expect. Let me see what's in here. Okay, this is higher power. So this is the divine. It's interesting that we have, oh, okay, so that means that the third power is going to be the feminine. So we got masculine, divine intervention, divine power, higher power, and then the feminine. That's very interesting that the divine is in the middle. Of course it would be. And of course will be a 4, which is a foundation. 4 of Wands, heavily. 4 of Wands was definitely in pile 1's energy. Okay, beautiful, higher power. Wow. Okay, So yeah, we're going to be reading then from the divine's perspective. I'm guessing this is going to be a lot of advice, a lot of oh, I just got like there's going to be like timing mentioned, or we might also get kind of like the connecting energy is what wants to come through with this pile with higher power. Okay, all right. And I'm going to be using tarot to clarify stuff, but I also picked 3 cards from the LIGHTSEERS deck. I isolated the major arcanas and the court cards for each suit, and that's where I picked from, so I'm interested to see what you got. Queen of Wands, love that. The High Priestess, love that. And the Hermit, I like that too. I like that too. This is, come on now. Come on now. All that pink coming through. Do we see that? All right. This definitely feels. You know why I'm taking a breath like that? Because if you're here from pile 1, hello. This is pile 1. This is the divine masculine energy. When I tell you, my guy is definitely isolated, trying to gain perspective. The Hermit is the perfect card for that energy. And then the Queen of Wands, of course, the Queen of Wands is the divine feminine energy. She is a magician. She is a high priestess. Both of you have access to the divine so easily. It's I just heard it's at the tip of your fingers. It's like that's how connected you are. I feel like you know this. And this is whether you're the feminine or the masculine energy here, the yin or the yang, it doesn't matter. I feel like you know this. You are very connected. Wow. The polarities in your connection is really interesting too. There's like extremes. Oh, this is a beautiful energy to read for. Seeing it from the point of view of like your spirit guides or your higher self even. You just, your journey is admirable, and it is, when I tell you unique, I want you to see something. I don't know if it's coming up on camera. I'll bring the cards closer. So higher power is in the middle of the 2 energies. Do you see how we go literally into the card with this path? Literally it goes into the other card. Do you see that? The little dots. And now do we see how this is the same? All of this is around her. And in this deck, to me, those little dots have always been spirit. I don't mention it a lot when I use the deck. I used to when I first got it. But yeah, those little specks, to me, those are like spirit guides. I don't know, energy, the divine, apparitions, ghosts, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to name it. Do you see how it goes? It's in here. You're literally handling it as well, and it goes into this as well. All right. The divine needs you to know that you are very connected. You both are very connected to each other in another plane of existence. And that, I know that readers say that all the time, or like the 5D, the 12D, whatever. There is a tether here though. The High Priestess at the bottom. Come on. Come on. Look at that owl there. Almost sneaking off the card. Yeah. There is a tether here that even when not seen or not even felt or experienced, it's always been leading up to the same. It's like their energy comes in, your energy comes in, or vice versa. Put yourself where you need to. But and both of you are not even looking towards this, but that's how much of a tether there is. You see, they're focusing, the divine feminine here And we'll see in pile 3, obviously, but it feels like they're very focused on themselves, their craft, their art, their passions, their what they love. And they're trying to also, they have conquered falling in love with their life and themselves again. And the divine masculine feels like they're soul searching. And when I tell you they're about to, both of you are at such a pivotal point of encountering each other. And this is for some of you who maybe have not met each other, or you haven't met each other in these evolved beings that you are now. It's almost like unrecognizable. You will be unrecognizable, and they will be unrecognizable to you. Energetically alone, it's going to be like not something that you're used to, which we like that. We like that because that means that real change has happened here. Real growth has happened here. There is about to be, with this, the reason why the divine is involved in the tether that you both have, right? Because they are here in your reading between your energies, not just in the piles, but which, by the way, happened accidentally. It happened because it needed to that way. But they're also literally doubling down on that, and they're saying, okay, here it is mirrored again. Wow. Wow. And like I said, they're invested. Obviously, they're invested. I wouldn't expect anything less from you guys' spirit team, but when I tell you, literally the higher power is invested as well. Why are they invested? Let's ask about that. Interesting. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing as like a story, because it's coming through like a story. But wow, when I tell you it is powerful, and like it almost makes me want to cry. Okay, they're invested because they've seen this not work out before. Maybe in this lifetime. For a lot of you, it could be. Maybe in the past. And they've also seen this not work out in the sense of there was a dissolution here, a total like things just, it wasn't going to work anyways. Everyone ended up hurt. Everyone ended up not okay. And then there's another like timeline or another time that it happened, whether it was here in this lifetime or others, where someone was very much left alone to fend for themselves. There was, or there was a declaration here from either side, and the person was left to defend that post. It's almost like they were left to defend that love that they perceived to be happening here by themselves. Yeah, they were left alone. In both cases, it feels that way too, by the way. There were words spoken, things were said and done here. I just heard no take backs. There's no way to take them back. Wow. Interesting that we're getting now the, oh wow. The Queen of Swords, because the King of Swords was in pile 1. If what it really feels like it was the Divine Feminine who was left alone here. Alone with everything they perceived. Because now the wand is calling to me. They had to fend, or they felt like they were the ones who had to like carry this passion for someone else that wasn't being really reciprocated or understood, or maybe it wasn't the time for this relationship to develop in general. And what they did was work on themselves, and here they are, very, very much focused on themselves and their happiness. They're in the moment. The Divine Feminine feels like they're living in the moment, very, very much so. And I'm hearing you deserve it. This energy though, the solution, this words were spoken, things were done. There's no going back from this point, from that Five of Swords. It's true. It's true. I feel like this is what maybe the Divine Feminine is hyper focusing on. And it's okay, it'll pass, just like it passed for them. But they need to also, what is that? There's that ruminating, right, with the Hermit on this and what happened. And they need to do that to understand it, and they need to do that to alchemize this energy, transmute it. Yeah, quite literally. Look, the Pentacles, it's happening. It's being done. Someone could be quite literally, I just heard Bob the Builder, but you know, that's not what I mean. A carpenter, an architect, a builder of some kind, or just you're very dedicated to your craft as well, whatever it is that you do. And again, for the Divine Feminine, I see it, I get it. You're building things with a certain passion and ferocity for life. Like I said, words are hard here. But it's being grounded into your reality. The energy is being transmuted, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. The Divine sees that as well. They see it. There's a lot of progress here. Like I said, they wouldn't be invested unless there was something that these two beings, these two souls need to do together, okay? All right. Oh no, the Page of Pentacles. The two little rabbits are so cute. I've been seeing rabbits every morning when I wake up and go to work, by the way. So that is so synchronistic. That is really interesting. Almost every day since, I don't know, probably like 3 days ago, I've been seeing little bunnies outside. Very cute. So if we go from the 8 to bringing this in, then we are at a 9 of Pentacles, which again, I want you to know that things are being resolved here. And also the rabbits being here makes me think swiftly. It's being done fast, even though it's being done groundedly, because it is Pentacles. This is not overnight and like, it's not flimsy. It's not, it could be a fast pace, but it is grounded in effort, okay? And I feel like your growth, both of your growth has been grounded in effort. And like I said again before, you are not the people that you remember each other to be, or there's something about that. If you know each other already, okay? Some of you don't. Some of you don't. And Cupid's coming in, which makes sense, because again, I saw it as well, story-wise. Oh, look, bottom of the deck. The other Queen of Wands again, doubling down on that card, I guess. All right. Yeah, the masculine is definitely working on those shadowy things. They're working through some shadows, and some introspection needs to be done here, or it's being done in general, to clear this up a little bit. And for the feminine, you don't know the clarity has been reached by this person yet, because you're meant to be focusing on yourself and your art, and like I said, your passions, your magic. That's what you're meant to be doing right now. I feel like you're very trusting of the divine already. If anything, timing wise, because I mentioned timing before when I started to tap into this PAL 2 energy, timing seems to be significant for someone here. Like I said, nothing's happening overnight, nothing's being rushed, so kind of deal with that. Okay, it's time to deal with that. It won't be overnight kind of thing, but it doesn't mean it's not happening for you. And it also, I like the 9 because this year is a 9. So the hermit doesn't gain the perspective to just stay the hermit. Does that make sense? We move on. And like I said, the divine masculine is already doing that, because I even picked up on 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune in PAL 1. So this is at the end of its thing, right? This is at end of the rope. This is the end of the line for this energy. They are transmuting this energy already. That inner introspection, understanding of what happened here is already, it's being anchored in, it's being worked on. All right. Yeah, it is. So we're asking about timing. I like this. This is the fastest moving night. For some reason, seeing it a little bit more of the picture of the card and not just hyper focused on this, which is usually what we see, makes me think, and the fact that they have a partner here with them, it's like, yeah, you're both headed in the same direction towards the same goals, with the same ferocity, there's that word again, speed, dedication. It's just, there's like parallels. So you, like I said, yeah, your energy comes in and there's parallels to it, but eventually those lines, those paths are not just going to be parallel for much longer. They're going to intersect. There's a X marks the spot kind of moment. Okay. Ooh, there could be a meeting, like some of you are literally going to see each other for the first time in a long time. I just heard. Okay. All right, that is nerve-wracking. Okay, cool. Interesting. February 14th could be significant. Not the day of love. Okay. Stop being so cheesy. I knew this reading was going to be like very cutesy, but it's still, that's super cute. Okay. As I pull the Lovers. You want to see the bottom of the deck though? This is so perfect. And it's perfect. I don't want, it's a jump scare, but please bear with me. The 3 of Swords. Ah, it's so perfect. The High Priestess behind it. Okay. You know why it's so perfect? This is in the past. It's in the past. It's in the 5 of Swords moment. There's just sunshine and rainbows coming your way. I'm sorry. I love and I'm a lover and I'm optimistic and I don't want to look at that card anymore. This is the card that we pulled, the Lovers. And you know what? Why it's so synchronistic and so beautiful? This person, the person that was left behind, fending for this, they're not alone in this little island anymore. Okay? They're not alone anymore. This is for both the person coming in to keep company to this person, and for the person that was alone. You're not going to be alone for much longer. And the takeaway from this is that that person, your person, is not going to be alone anymore either. You're both going to be together. This is beautiful. And you know what? It is grounded in free will, because this is about choice. This is what this card is. Is grounded in free will, is supported by the higher power, quite literally. This looks like Saturn to me. I like Saturn. It's the teacher of, it teaches you with time, trials and tribulations. Okay. I'm ruled by Capricorn. I know what this is. So trust me when I say you don't get to this point unless you're ready for it. The divine wants you to know that you're ready for love. This is happening soon. This is not something that's like, and it's also not fleeting. It's not a fleeting thing. I have to like double down on that message because of the history. That they don't want you to just, yeah, you're gonna see this person's gonna show you, and you're gonna show this person, if I'm talking to you, this person's gonna show you how much they've changed, and you'll see it in them, and they will see it in you, okay? Because it is the truth. As long as it's authentic and genuinely you, who you're presenting to this person and who this person's interacting with, and vice versa, there's no way this is gonna go wrong, okay? There's a need for you guys to know that. There's a need for you guys to know that. Here we are again, the soulmate card. This is the 6 of Cups in the regular tarot. Simply love. That's it. That's all you gotta do. The Lovers. Come on. It's cheesy. It's so cheesy. It's so on the nose, but it's so perfect. Stop it. That's so cute. Simply love. All you need is love. Oh, my tattoo. Let love. Come on. Get into it. Get in the spirit of love. You need to like, there's, now you don't need to. You probably already do. You're a believer, right? So believe. Believe. Okay? Mystic Meadow Sanctuary. There's that little rabbit again. Only this time, look at them holding a little time clock. So maybe things are happening a little fast here. The right timing is coming up, okay? It's so beautiful. You're so protected and sheltered as you should be. This connection is protected and sheltered as it should be. Bee Spirit. 5. I like that. Changes. Okay, and prosperity. When I said bee spirit, I know you. I know obviously you know that I meant the bee, but then when I heard it, I was like bee, like bee spirit, be with spirit. You are. There's no separation here. Oh, that's what they want you to understand as well. It's you and them, but it's you both. It's like me, them, but us. Does that make sense? Like spirit wants you to know that you are spirit. Spirit is you. You are this person is you. There's like, that's the connection. There's a lot of connectivity here. There's a lot of parallels. There's a lot of mirroring as well. So keep that in mind when you're coming together again, or intersecting, or seeing each other again, right? Okay. Oh, you're kidding. Earth. Makes sense. It makes sense. Okay. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. This moment felt like that for someone, or felt like that for both people. The intense connection here felt like it was impossible because it felt not earthly. And you're right. It's spiritually, is mentally, is energetic, but it is also earthly. It is earthly. They're literally on a chunk of earth. Come on now. But you're, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to be learning your own lessons and then parallelly be learning lessons along your person. And you both are at the same time learning the same lessons. But you know what? Things are coming together. The divine wants you to know that everything's happening in divine timing. I know easier said than done of thinking that way, but you should. I mean, I think you have been for a while, or else you wouldn't be reaching the state of being ready for all of this information, for all of the confirmation, for it to not make you delulu, right? But make you just believe in your love story, in your soulmate, in your person. That should not, okay, that's another good point. Spirit is saying, if it feels like this is not your story, then it's not your story. But if it feels like it's your story, and the only thing that feels out of place is the internal voice saying, this is not for me. Like, I'm not the person who gets to experience this. Am I really gonna have a great love in my life? Yes. Stop thinking that. Stop thinking that way. It wouldn't resonate otherwise. You wouldn't want it unless you were meant to have it. Okay. I like that. They left you with some tough love. Okay. Whew. Thank you, Pal 2. And thank you, Spirit, for being so clear and loving and hopeful and sharing the beautiful energy and telling us more about this story. I cannot wait to do Pal 3 and see what the Divine Feminine is up to. 11111 as I looked up. Stop it, you guys. You're so powerful. If you're leaving me here because you're not watching Pal 3, thank you so much. If you haven't watched Pal 3 and you started with the Divine, hello, welcome. Let's move on to Pal 3. You might want to watch that one. And yeah, thank you so much for letting me read for you. And I hope to see you guys in other readings. Have a good one. Bear with me if you're here in the in-between. I'm gonna drink some water, settle my stomach a little bit, settle this energy because it's intense. Hello, Pal 3. If you guys picked the rose quartz, this is going to be your reading. All right. I already know this is Divine Feminine Collective. If you are Divine Feminine, this is going to be about you and your energy and where you're at and advice and all of that. If you're cross-watching, because this is your feminine, and you're watching from the Divine Masculine point of view, well, this is a good checkpoint for you. And then if you just came straight to Pal 3, I highly recommend you check out Pal 2 because it is the Divine, and the Divine has something to say about this connection as well. If you missed the intro, you might want to go watch the intro, but if you didn't, that's okay. Here we are. The Yang energy. So lovely. It's so cute. I can't wait. Okay. I also picked some tarot out. I'm going to be using this tiny deck. If you want to go see about the deck, it's in the intro. These are going to be advice. I'm going to leave them for last. And just so you know, the music for you is definitely coming. It's music that the Divine Masculine sends your way. They listen to those songs and it reminds them of you. I mean, hello, it makes so much sense with the music that came through for you. Justin Bieber alone, like whenever I get Justin Bieber songs, it's definitely speaking from the Divine Masculine point of view. Mark my words, oh my God. Pal 1 is the Divine Masculine. I don't know if you're coming from that or if you saw it already, but if you haven't, you might want to go watch it because they literally are struggling with their words. They're eventually going to communicate. That is interesting. And that song is very, very powerful. Very interesting sentiment being presented there. The Break Even, You Get Me by Justin Bieber as well, and Kalani. You Make Me by Avicii. Come on. They're definitely from your masculine for you. Take that as it resonates though. Some of that maybe you're sending their way. But I also picked some tarot from the LIGHTSEERS deck. And the cards that I picked were from the Major Arcana and the Court cards. I used the King and Queen from each of the suits. So we're gonna see what you got. The world. Yes, slay. I love this. Ah, so synchronistic. Stop. Judgment. Okay. Yes. And temperance. Wow. 3 major arcanas. Oh, all right. Very nice. Very nice. You know what? The Divine Masculine also got 3 major arcanas. Am I right? Am I right? Hold on. I'm going to have to check. I'm so sorry. Yeah, they did. They got the Star, the Fool, and the Empress. Okay. Yeah, it was Pal 2, the Divine, who got a 1 court card. I like that, actually. You guys are so powerful. Your journey has been treacherous. It has been one of many twists and turns, many death and rebirth of having to like just fully trust and hope and pray and then fall into life and just letting it happen. There's a lot of that. Tempering of energy means literally transmuting it. You've transmuted a lot of pain as well. The Divine Feminine, you might feel a little stuck here in a little bit of a cycle back and forth, because we started with 21 and then we go back to 20 and then we go back to 14. And it's not that I want to see it as you going steps backwards. That's not necessarily it. You might be feeling it that way though. You might be perceiving it that way, but I want you to see how it's happening in major arcana way, which is that really going backwards? No, it's more of you, like I said, tempering the energy, transmuting it, bringing it back, alchemizing it towards what you're meant to be doing, which is experiencing a culmination of what you've been working towards, which is the World card. The World is that energy, if I wasn't explaining myself well. All these sacred geometry around you, it's interesting. You know what? It's interesting mainly also because the Divine Masculine getting the Fool card, and the Fool card in this deck is them falling. I'm going to show it to you. It's the Fool, but it's them falling into life, quite literally falling into the flower of life. The pool that is the flower of life. Do you see that? And in this deck, because this is the first major and this is the last major arcana, it makes sense because you trust, you fall, and you rise. Does that make sense? You fall into it. You're there already. It's behind you now. You're evolving. You have evolved from it. You rise with it, right? You getting this card though means it would make sense that you're back and forth in the energy and your journey, and there's things being unearthed or being brought up for you to alchemize. It's because they are in this part of the cycle, but at the same time you're both in the same. Do you see that? Do you see how the falling in is already the complete fool's journey? Because you fall in and then you rise right back up. It's almost like there's no in between anyways, right? We begin and we end, and we end and we begin. There's no, which is literally what this is. But yeah, you shouldn't be perceiving it as like steps or how far along am I. There's none of that, okay? Or, you know, this is a realization that you've had, which is why you're in this point anyways. Wow, that was a lot. Okay, I hope that makes sense to whoever needs to make sense to. Okay. Okay, let's dig in with some tarot. I'm interested in the Judgment card. In this case, I just see it as like it's you kind of like toning down the energy, like holding back a little bit of all of this pure raw energy you're feeling, experiencing, manipulating it. You're part of it. It's within you, is around you. There's something about pulling back from that. But then you're guided to head that way again. So it's like the higher self, the divine, the higher power that was in Pao 2 calls you back in to this journey. but they know that in doing so, it, like I said, it brings up, it unearths, it brings up shadows that then you find yourself having to heal, alchemize, and kind of interesting. And you feel like temperance sometimes in this energy right now could feel to you like you're like, I'm doing this again, I'm dealing with this again, right? But the divine is saying, well, you're dealing with it, but you're dealing with it with more wisdom, more faith, more love, more acceptance, which is what temperance is. More knowledge as well, by the way. With a lot of equilibrium, equal give and take, with a lot of even sensitivity as well, I heard. Okay. Let's see what else is going on here. I'm going to ask about judgment. Okay. The King of Cups. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I can see that. I like the two dolphins over here though. Makes me think of a lot of joy coming forth. And the sea is a little shoppy, but it's not too shoppy, but it is very shoppy up here. It's interesting that's by the lighthouse, because in the Three of Swords card in this deck, there's a lighthouse faintly at the end. It's almost like a little shadow. It's not even a full, drawing. It just feels like an outline. It's very, now I want to find that card to show you visually what I mean. And that's interesting. It's interesting. Oh, what is it in between? Okay, I see. I know what this is about. It's literally in between the page. Okay, the Three of Swords is between the Page of Cups and the Emperor. Okay, I'll get back to that in a second. Do you see the lighthouse back here? Same position, same spot. This is just bringing us a little closer to the picture, right? Whew, okay, here we go. The Judgment card, it's a lot of communication from your counterpart coming through. And it comes through not just through emotion, but it comes through in hurt. And the hurt it brings up for you to alchemize is not quite this again, because you're not experiencing this anymore. You've experienced it, okay? But it is enough for you to recognize what it is, or who it's coming from, or definitely who it's coming from. Because again, I in my mind's eye, I recognized it right off the bat. I was like, that just called my attention. So that's what the Judgment is about. And the fact that the Three of Swords is between, and then the boat that's here, that's arrived, and this person has arrived with this cup to offer to you. The boat is back here as well. Oh, wow. Pile 3. Whenever you're recognizing this, the sadness coming through again, honestly, it is okay to be sad that something did not work out with your counterpart in the past to the point of complete total heartbreak, right? Judgment is here to teach you that even though it didn't happen in the past, you still are not just capable of loving in that way again, recognizing that the potency of this love again, even if you have to start anew a little bit, there's a little bit of newness here, and it is okay. You're not hardened to love as well. Just because you've been through all of this and you're still going through it and you're still healing it does not mean you're not ready for love again, or for this magnitude of love, this connection to come in. You are ready. It's a little choppy. I get it. I get it. The journey was a little choppy. There was a little turmoil here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see it. But if they get to you, and they get to you with this offer and this truth as well, because there's something about the masculine having to come forward with truth, then they're saying it's okay to trust. And it is okay to believe that you deserve this as well. Some of you could be dealing with a water sign, definitely Scorpio, because Scorpio came up with the ego that was in pile 1, but Pisces obviously as well, and Cancer, because those are the water signs, but Scorpio and Pisces for sure. I also have Sagittarius here, by the way. Judgment doesn't have a sign assigned to it per se. What do I pick up from Judgment? Some of you are wondering that too. You're like, what does Judgment represent? Okay, what does it represent? Oh, okay, so I guess it's earth signs. All right, let's ask the tarot that. And what does the world represent? Because the world also doesn't have a specific sign, or maybe it doesn't, I just don't know it. Ooh, it's Cups. Okay, cool. 7 of Cups. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I want to ask about Temperance as it relates to the Judgment and this King as well. This King of Cups. Okay, let's see. Wow. Okay. I guess the card really did want to be out here. I should trust that, because they don't put an image in my head for no reason. Does that make sense? But yeah, that's for you as well. You need to trust your intuition and trust where you're guided, and the things that you're guided to, and the communication, the confirmations that you get. You need to trust yourself. Part of learning, part of this journey, not feeling to you like it's constantly back and forth, I'm 1 step forward, 3 step back kind of thing, is you have to trust yourself, is what I'm hearing. You have to trust yourself, your visions. You have to trust your feelings. You have to trust your intuition wholeheartedly, honestly. This, I get it though. I understand. The divine is presenting to me like this clouds your judgment. This pain that you went through, whatever happened here that was painful, and if it wasn't with this person specifically, but it just happened in love in general, in connection, you've been hurt probably more than once, deeply more than once. You need to also give yourself grace for it, right? Use that energy on yourself. Be loving and caring and understanding and accepting of the fact that it is okay to be 1 step forward and 10 steps back sometimes. It is okay. I think you've been through a lot. Wow. Yeah, you have. You have. Now the Tower looks to me like the lighthouse as well. you've alchemized this energy. You've tempered this energy. You've transmuted it as well. There was a storm, there was lightning, there was change, there was hurt, pain, suffering, wounds that were healed and kept being reopened. They were sewn shut and kept being ripped apart. Like, yes, all of it, all of it. I see it. Interesting. I see it, and then there's the card of confusion. Some of you, you're getting that perspective though. You're seeing it. You're seeing it too. And then because you can see what's not meant for you and what's clouding you and what's not like your energy as well. Because a lot of this pain and hurt, and it's also shared with this person. Remember, you're tethered together in some way. So it's not just the pain that you've experienced with each other or you've caused each other, but it's the pain that you've experienced in general. When they pull on that tether, when they pull on that connection, I can also see how you need to go back to that temperance energy, because you need to figure out what's yours and what's not, and you need to also alchemize it. That's what you do. Excuse me, confirmation, big hiccup. But that's what you do, Pal 3. That's part of your magic. We saw it in Pal 2 when you came out as the Queen of Wands. You're a magician. You're very powerful. You are also the Fool. Just like your guy is a fool. Just like the masculine is a fool. Interesting that we have two dolphins over here, and these look like sharks, but they're not sharks, they're dolphins, but you can't see it. Oh my God. Okay, I get it. I get it. You can't. Okay. You're scared too. Oh my God. So this person's scared to voice how they feel. Not just because of your past or your shared experiences or whatever the heck happened here, but just because they're scared to fall in love. And you're scared because the love that's coming your way, you're like, no, those are sharks. Those are not dolphins. That's not joy. Those are sharks. That water is dangerous. Love is dangerous. And the divine is saying, no, it is not. Maybe you felt that way if it was your experience before, which is why they're saying don't let your experienced love connections hinder and like cloud your judgment about this. The fact that it's judgment, the judgment card too. That's why you go back, whatever's, oh my God, that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. I hope it's making sense to you, right? The things, the shadowy things that come up, the worry, the pain, all of that just resurfaces and triggers you, that you eventually just end up alchemizing anyways, is you doing the work. That is the work. Part of the work is experiencing it, going through the worst of it, and then picking yourself up by the bootstraps. I'm kidding. Not I couldn't help myself. Yeah, picking yourself up, learning from those lessons. But now part of the healing and at the end of the Fool's journey is trusting. Quite literally, like I said, you got to fall into it. You're not falling into shark-infested waters. You're falling into life. Just like the Divine Masculine is not falling into shark-infested waters. They're falling into life and into joy. They're ready to fall. They're at this point as well, just like you. You guys are so in sync. So in sync. No wonder music was significant here. Because you are in sync. It's a symphony. It's synchronistic. It's, oh my God. Everything is like... The truth are not wooden swords anymore. They're steel. Right? So... the truth are not half-truth. They're not flimsy. They are not playful truth. The truth that are coming forward might be delivered in a playful way, but that's a real sword that they're holding. These are wooden swords. So what does that tell me? The practice between both of you, like the back and forth, the connecting but not fully getting to the point of what you're meant to be doing together, the union part, the whatever it needs to happen here between you two that solidifies this love connection. It's coming in playfully and kind of like, yes, childishy, kind of playful, but it is solid. It is not, it is playful, but not because you're being played with, okay? That's important here, because they're not a shark-infested waters. There's dolphins in the water, okay? Not that dolphins are all that great, because dolphins are kind of creepy towards humans sometimes, and they're creepy to each other, if you want to look up dolphins and stuff. But see what I'm doing right there? Like literally taking away the wonder that dolphins naturally just bring to us. When we think of dolphins, we don't really think of them being kind of assholes sometimes, like, right? That doesn't come to mind right away. But here I am digging to find out, yeah, but dolphins are actually, no, stop doing that. Stop doing that, Paul 3. Stop it. It is playful, but not because you're being played with, okay? That is important. You've manifested this. This is, you deserve this, please. You've done the work for it. Oh, both of you with each other in your lives, it's like the final, you get the final piece. And it's not that someone needs to complete you. If this reading is for you, you would understand what I mean of like, you are complete by yourself. It's clearly shown here. It is not about that. It's not that another person needs to complete you. It's not that you're a half and they're a half. No, it's not about that. But it is about the fact that you have a calling. And the calling involves both of your souls. Like I said, you wouldn't be connected unless it was like that. You wouldn't be tethered unless it was like that. Okay? Okay. Why do I feel like I need to keep convincing you? Well, the sun, the happiest card in the deck. Okay, so can we bask in this? Can we enjoy this? Yes, you should. You should. Okay? And the queen, I keep saying that. The King of Pentacles. He is not removed from his environment. He's not removed from the town that he lives in and he rules over, and his domain, like the energies were before. This is coming true. This is happening. You're getting your happy ending, and I'm going to need you to allow it, enjoy it, fall in love again, my guy. Like, what are you, there's nothing that you should be waiting for and hesitating about, okay? And if anything, this is going to teach you that all the other times where you fell in love and it ended in the Three of Swords moment, it was still worth it. Like, it all makes sense. It all comes full circle. No pun intended, but pun intended. Okay, we're moving on to your advice, because this reading is long. Reach out. Interesting. This is the Three of Wands in this deck. Do you see that it's like a little ladder? This is not like about you quite literally reaching out to this person, because if I'm going to give you an advice, it's the fact that they are the ones who need to communicate. They're the ones bringing this sort of truth towards you, okay? It's just what it is. It's not you reaching out to them. It's them reaching out to you. Take that as it resonates, okay? But, you know, also you have free will. Do whatever you want. Because they have to fall in first, because it feels like you've fallen in already. You've fallen in, it led you to this, and you had to like recover from it. But now it's their time. And now is your time to trust again that you can fall and not end up here. Does that make sense? That you're going to end up with the happy ending. The reach out here, if I'm seeing it with, it's more about, it's okay to expect what is coming your way. Because it feels to me like it's you putting out your hand and saying, okay, I'm ready for it to land. Let's go. I'm ready for it. It's like someone's going to give you something. You reach out to grab it. Okay. Because the regular depiction of the Three of Wands is them waiting for their chips to come in. The ships to come in. The ship that's here. That's bringing the Page of Cups towards you. Okay. Spring. Sacred. Sacred. Secret? Yeah. Secret and sacred wanted me to mingle them together. Okay. Spring. Success. Correct. I double down on that message. There will be success for your not a literal boat, a ship coming your way to pick you up with the hermit lantern attached to it. Oh my God, that is so synchronistic. Okay. Yeah, your divine masculine might be traveling to see you. Wow, wow. Okay. And pine spirit, purification. Oh, that is lovely. That's a lovely energy. You got fairies in both cards. Fairy godmothers, I just heard. I feel like this is your energy though. Yeah, this is because she's wearing pink. This is all pink. This is your energy. This is what the temperance energy looks like on you. You purify things. You're like a little, you sprinkle fairy dust everywhere you go. You're magical. You're so magical. You have such a big heart. And I feel like that's literally where your magic resides. Which is why this was probably so hard for you to experience. I just heard it's been years in the healing. It's been years in the making of putting your heart back together. But they want you to keep believing, okay? Don't lose hope, don't lose faith in things. That's how you lose yourself as well. Pile 3. The golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. This is definitely you. You have rare gifts. You are at a threshold here. You're walking your path towards this new beginning that's happening for you. The painful things that you've been through trigger a lot of the inner child wounds that you've had to also heal. And like I keep saying alchemize, because that's what the word that wants to keep coming out. But like I said, your tenderness, definitely your innocence, it is a rare gift. You have a rare gift. You're a lover. You're kind, and that is powerful. Kindness is very powerful. When I was starting your reading, or about to start, this deck was literally, I was just hyper focused on it. It's next to me over here. I was like, okay, I guess you need a card from this deck. Bottom of the deck, right off the bat. Maybe you need a spiritual cleansing. That might be something you want to do. I didn't pull any cards from this deck for any other pile, but I'm going to do it for you because it's what I feel called to. And you know what? I trust my intuition and I follow my instincts. And that is confirmation for you to do the same, okay? I didn't mean to sound condescending when I was saying that, but that's what you should be doing, okay? Never think that is old news and something that's like woo-woo and whatever. No, you're meant to be following your intuition and your instincts. Trust, you don't say. No shit, correct, this, yes. I'm leaving it there. Bottom of the deck, shadows. This is why you need to trust and keep having faith, because You need to trust that this, you keep alchemizing these, you keep dealing with this, and you're going to be dealing with it for the rest of your life. So you might as well enjoy your life. Trust in the good things that are coming your way. Trust that there's like things opening up. The shadows, they're there, but to show you how the light shines as well. Does that make sense? Like the sun here makes sense too now, because they're saying it's meant to illuminate things for you. It's meant to make things make sense as well. And a lot of this communication that's coming from your person eventually, that leads to the happy ending and everything that needs to happen here, it's illuminating to you. It brings you happiness because it brings you confirmation. Okay. Step into the unknown. Yeah. Step into the unknown. Shark infested waters. Okay. All may not be revealed at this time. Trust in the unseen forces. Meditate on this to let go of attachments or possibilities. Free yourself from your dharma and increase your trust in the guides and the universe. The symbol is the void, inspired by nothing in the movie The Never Ending Story. Or you might want to watch that. The nothing in the movie Never Ending Story. Feels like you have a never ending story here with this person, because you guys are so connected. You're interconnected through like lifetimes as well, not just in this one. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful love connection, and I hope I brought you the clarity and the confirmation that you needed, Pile 3. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you for letting me read for you, call you out on what I needed to call you out on. I hope this made sense. It gave you faith and hope in the future. I hope your questions were answered. And yeah, I hope to see you in other readings in the future. You guys have a good one.